వైజాగ్ గ్యాస్ లీక్ ఘటనలో 11 మంది చనిపోయారని NDRF తెలిపింది. విశాఖలో కెమికల్ డిజాస్టర్ జరిగిందని నేషనల్ డిజాస్టర్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అథారిటీ చెప్పింది. దీని నుంచి బయటపడేందుకు కెమికల్స్ రసాయన నిపుణుల అవసరం ఏర్పడిందన్నారు NDMA అధికారులు. గ్యాస్ ప్రభావిత ప్రాంతం నుంచి అందరినీ తరలిస్తున్నామన్నారు. వైజాగ్లో ఏం జరిగింది, ఎలాంటి సహాయక చర్యలు జరుగుతున్నాయనేది ప్రధాని మోడీ రివ్యూ చేస్తున్నారన్నారు.
This morning, as you already know, there was a chemical leak in a factory about 20 kilometers from Visakhapatnam. The gas that has leaked is called styrene. We'll tell you a little bit about what we know about the properties of this gas. It's toxic. It's injurious to human health. And so far what we know is that 9 persons have lost their lives. Nearly 1,000 people were directly exposed in the living in the close proximity to the plant, and they have been evacuated, and medical treatment is going on. We'll hear more details shortly. Soon after that, this morning, Honorable Prime Minister chaired a meeting of the National Disaster Management Authority, which he is the chairperson of. He took stock of the situation on the ground, as well as the response that has happened so far and the response that is required. The NDRF team, as most of you know, all NDRF teams have a minimum capacity to deal with chemical, biological, radiological and nuclear accidents. So CBRN teams of NDRF are deployed very quickly to support the local government as well as the state government. In addition to that, the central government is mobilizing specialized CBRN teams from Pune, where we have the core capacity on CBRN of NDRF located, and fly them on to the site to see what is the kind of technical support that can be provided to the plant, to the state authorities, to the local authorities as well. We are also mobilizing from the central government specialized technical support to assist the medical practitioners in the area who may not have dealt with this kind of chemical emergency. How do you deal with people who have exposed?
This was a chemical gas leak, and the incident happened as per report at around 2:30 a.m. in the night, previous night. Initially, the people were affected in terms of throat irritation, skin irritation and some toxic gas smell. So the local villagers tried to contact the local administration and the local police station, and the initial movement was from the local police station, the local civic administration and the fire services. Around 5:30 or 5:45, polymers, LG polymer factory itself, and the second is for the evacuation of the villagers near the factory site, which is the abutting village of Venkatapura. Persons were evacuated from that area. The NDRF also has stayed back and will stay back. The unit will stay back in that area till we are absolutely sure that situation is absolutely under control. As things stand, the reported death toll as reported by the Andhra Pradesh authorities there is 9 dead, and there are some people who are critical, but there are most of the people who have been given first aid and relative treatment, and they are generally fine. The leakage situation is much better now in the sense that the silo that was leaking is now down to minimal, and there is hardly any leakage there. But as I say that, I also underline that we will be there till that leakage is totally plugged, and other measures to neutralize the entire chemical situation there is also being taken. So overall the situation is under control, and I think overall we can say that now it is a question of rehabilitation and treatment of the people who have been affected. That's all from the NDRF.
अगर हम इस कंपाउंड की बात करें तो it can basically cause harm to humans by inhalation, by ingestion, by effect on the skin, and effect on the eyes, what we call ocular effect. Inhalation, say, it can cause mucosal irritation, irritation in the throat, in the airways, which can lead to coughing. It can lead to breathing difficulty and wheezing or a whistling sound in the chest. And if the inhalation is at a higher level, it can lead to breathlessness and respiratory distress. Effect on the skin is usually mild in the form of irritation, itching, some degree of dermatitis can happen, and it can also irritate the eyes, leading to again irritation. A syndrome known as styrene sickness has also been described, which leads to nausea, vomiting, and again unsteady gait, which has been said could be if you're in a drunken state. There is, as far as treatment is concerned, there is no specific antidote. There is no definite medicine for reversing the effect of this compound, and treatment does remain mainly supportive. Many will just require oxygen therapy, and we have to monitor for their oxygen, respiratory rate, and their CNS depression. If there is bronchospasm or breathing difficulty, sometimes nebulization can also be given as far as treatment is concerned. In some, there is some data that in very sick patients, even steroids have been given when there is acute lung injury. So by and large, it tends to be an illness which is not universally fatal. In most people, there is good recovery. It causes more irritation of the airways, and depending on the degree of exposure, the effect can be much higher. So those who have had a very close exposure, they are the ones who have a higher chance of having severe effects. Currently, as has been said, that although a large number of people are admitted in the hospital, most of them are stable and should hopefully make a good recovery.